What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rising the Ranks MMA. I'm here to be the #1 MMA pick analysis in the game. My background in combat sports has always made me competitive with a strong wrestling base and a taekwondo background. Plus, I never miss a single UFC event. I take the next step serious. I'm gonna go on hardcore mode here because I go from fan mode to full fight analysis mode. My picks are being tracked on UFC Tracker, so if you want to see my receipts and follow my progress, the link is below. Now, to the homies that support the channel every week and watch me, I appreciate you. This community is growing for a reason because of you. Now, here are the comments of the week below. You guys are crazy. Now, we got Brandon Moreno versus Kavanaugh. Moreno is going to struggle in the first rounds. I expect Kavanaugh to come out fast, explosive, and dangerous. But after round 3, the altitude will start playing a role here, and Moreno can take over. This fight is going to be wild for both men because they're coming off knockouts. Confidence matters, recovery matters. How they respond will matter. When you look at the experience, it's clear Brandon Moreno has been in wars. He's been in 5-round fights multiple times, championship fights. He's fought the best of the best, including his legendary trilogy against Davidson Figueiredo. Big moments don't shake him. Moreno keeps moving. He throws volume. He doesn't slow down. Even when he gets hit, he stays composed. That's what separates him. He can adjust mid-fight and make reads as he goes on. Kavanaugh is fast, powerful, aggressive. He throws heavy combinations, mixes his kicks, and can come and make it dirty on the clinch. Early on, he's dangerous, very dangerous. But he's coming off his first KO loss, and now he has to deal with fighting in Mexico's altitude against a guy who thrives in deep waters and is from Mexico. If Kavanaugh doesn't get the finish early, this fight shifts. Once the pace slows down, the breathing changes, the air becomes thinker. That's Moreno's world. That's what the experience and cardio shines. I see Kavanaugh having success early, landing heavy shots, but I see Moreno getting tested here. But after round 3 or 4, the momentum flips. My final pick is Brandon Moreno by KO. If he survives the early storm, the altitude will kick in, he will dominate late, and I think Kavanaugh will gas out and he can be taken down in the 3 or 4 round by a knockout. Now we got Chito Vera versus David Martinez. I'm gonna tell you something. I follow Chito Vera longer than any other athlete in the UFC. I first heard his name in my wrestling gym and I started following his journey. I seen it all from the grind of fighting for the title, hearing the American Ecuadorian chant. That's high level for me when you hear both chants in the same arena, man. That's sports band holla for me. But let's be honest, Chito has been frustrating me for years. You look at him in the gym, you expect that Ecuadorian kill mentality from round 1. Instead, he has that California smooth, I just smoked a joint vibe. I'm gonna start slow, I'm gonna chill, and then I'm gonna see what happens. If I get a KO, I'm still going home and smoking a joint. That's what I don't like. He got sharp jabs, real power in his sense. He got nasty kicks and forward pressure. But when he get clipped, he gets defensive. He starts going like this. He starts being too defensive. And then late in the fight, he explodes. We saw that against Somali when he threw that brutal shot to the body in round 5. Almost got him to stop the fight, but it was too late. Where was this 5 rounds ago, Chito? Now, Martinez is a serious striker, world-class boxing. He controls the distance. He circles well, throws it with volume. He's active all night. He has pass, powerful, and confident. He moves well, man. He keeps his hand low sometimes, but he throws heavy combinations, and he has them leg kicks, man. But he's hittable. Sometimes when he's looking straight up at you and coming in with force, he lets that guard down and he can be punched in the face. Stylistically, this is a striking match versus a kicker, man. This is a kicker versus kicker. And that makes it dangerous for both guys. Martinez will test Chito early, will put heavy pressure in the late rounds. And Chito got to be dangerous here from the beginning. But the difference is that Chito has been in their 5 round wars. He has title championship experience. He has years of experience. He's in the main event here. he's going to feel the elite pressure of Martinez. But what is going to be the difference tonight? That's what I'm seeing. But I got to go with my countryman, Chito Vera, by decision. He's durable, late pressure. His experience will carry him on this one if I'm wrong, but I can't bet against Chito on this one. Daniel Zellhuber versus King Green. This is a classic youth versus experience. Daniel Zellhuber is a long range striker. He's very tall for the lightweight division. He knows to use his frame in the right way. He has high volume jabs. He throws the kicks at range. He mixes his spinning attacks to keep his opponent guessing. He doesn't land at a high percentage, but his volume and distance matters in this fight. He gotta have that volume, man. His takedown defense is strong. He usually forces the opponents to keep it standing. If the fight don't hit at the ground, he's a submission threat, man. He's coming off 2 losses when he got pushed into deep waters. He showed his toughest, his granite chin. He's never been finished, but there's a clear issue. When his opponent gets inside him, man, he struggles. When they go inside, boom, he starts struggling because it eliminates his jab. And Green can wrestle and look for submissions, and he can counter you. So this is a dangerous fight. But when he shoots, he sometimes leaves his neck exposed. And against long fighters who can chain wrestle and grab a submission, that's risky. He's really dangerous here, especially when if he fights against like he did Jim Miller, composed, sharp, and technical. But against elite competition, he has been stopped. So I'm not rooting too big on Green. Now, Zellhuber has a massive 6-inch reach advantage and likely has a better cardio. And man, the 39-year-old veteran has been in wars but has been knocked out. Over 3 rounds, the length and speed will add up and the altitude will play here, man. My official pick is Daniel Zellhuber by decision, but make no mistake, if Greens find the rhythm early and cracks that chin, he needs one punch to crack that chin, and that will change the whole fight. Now we got Edgar Chairez versus Felipe Bunes. This is a fireworks written all over it. Edgar Chairez is a dynamic flyweight with high finishing rate. He's a submission artist who also carries knockout power. His striking is that classic Mexican brawl style. He's not trying to score points, he's trying to hurt you. With that 71-inch reach, he throws straight punches down the pipe and mixes them calf kicks. He even dropped Joshua Bine and scored a knockdown. He didn't knock him out. He just clean hit that man. His takedown defense is decent, but he gets too comfortable going to the ground, and that's where he thrives. When he looks for that submission, he can hunt it aggressively, and he has finishing instincts, man. He's coming off a bonus win performance, and he will start the fight with heavy pressure. The concern is that he doesn't like to see the second round, so he tends to slow down in the second. His tank drifts, his striker loses sharpness. In Mexico, altitude, this can be a serious factor, man. Felipe Bunes is a second-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu, man. He's very dangerous on the mat. He still relatively new to the UFC. He lost his debut to Joshua Van. I'm not mad at that. Van is a different level. Then bounced back with a strong first-round submission over Jose Johnson on the feet. Bunes is active. He throws kicks, spinning attacks, and targets the head and the body. If this fight is going to be a kill or be killed mentality, which makes this a risky fight. The issue with Bunes is his cardio. He doesn't finish early. He tends to come out breathing hard in the second round. When he gets tired, his defense drop and his chin becomes vulnerable. And at 36-year-old with a history of medical issues that slow his activity, durability, and endurance is in question here. If this fight starts like a firefight, man, both gonna get dirty on the ground. They're gonna have aggression. It's gonna be crazy on this one. I'm leaning towards Edgar Chairez by submission, man. Now we got Imanol Rodríguez versus Kevin Borjas. This is gonna be violence. Two high-paced strikers, two guys who don't like backing up, and both believe they can hurt each other. Imanol Rodríguez is technically undefeated. That Joseph Morales fight was viewed more as an exhibition, but it showed his flaws there. He's training right now with Daniel Cormier, and DC has talked about him being a blue chip prospect, and that matters. That level of coaching in that room and his discipline, that's elevating his style of fighting. Rodriguez brings serious KO power for the flyweight division. 5 or 6 wins by knockout, man. That's rare on a 125 pounder. He has crisp boxing, sharp combination, fast hands, and excellent body work. He fights in your face, high intensity, high pressure. He's developing his wrestling, and he has that classic Mexican durability. He can take shots, though. He can leave himself open. But he's not perfect. Against a high level wrestler like Joseph Morales, he struggled. When he gets pushed back or trapped in the cage, he gets reckless. He panics. He throws hard and fast, but sometimes leaves his chin too open and exposed for counter punchers. Now, Kevin Borjas is dangerous. He's on his own way, man. He's on his own path. High volume striker, aggressive pressure. He counters well when he's locked in. He has real power to change the fight at any time. His takedown defense is solid, but his wrestling can grow. Borges has a cardio. When he pushes the pace early, he can fade. He leans forward when he throws, which leaves his chin exposed. We saw him willing to slug out 3 rounds against Ronaldo Rodriguez, and he wasn't afraid for a war. He really put Ronaldo to work. So stylistically, this is a firework fight. We got the young, hungry Mexican prospect with elite, dangerous power against the dangerous Peruvian striker who's willing to trade in the pocket and willing to die for his. The difference is the sharpness here. Rodriguez is younger, faster, and carries knockout power. If he stays disciplined, he can break Borjas down, but don't sleep on Borjas. This feels like a showcase fight, a moment where Rodriguez wants to prove that he's more than hype. My official pick is Imanol Rodriguez by KO. That's the biggest test of his career. Now we got Santiago Luna versus Angel Pacheco. This feels like a classic prospect versus pressure fighter matchup. Santiago Luna is a rising prospect. In his second UFC fight and in fighting in Mexico is going to add fuel to him. He has real KO power and 100% finishing rate. That immediately tells you he's not here to get points out of a fighter. He's here to finish. He's a 4-time wrestling champion, elite grappling, strong chain wrestling, where he can overwhelm his opponent when he gets on top. On the feet, he has crisp jab, heavy hooks, and he can look comfortable mixing striking with wrestling, man. That makes him dangerous. The only question is Luna's experience. He hasn't faced many UFC seasoned opponents. He's still developing, and he still has a long top to get to, man, and he got to build over time. I, I, Angel Pacheco is a high volume striker who fights with pressure. He makes the fight messy. He pushes forward. He tries to drag his opponent into an uncomfortable position. And his losses come by unanimous decisions, which show durability, shows that he don't get KO easily, but he's hittable. He leaves his chin open. And when he throws a lot, his accuracy is not that good. Before the UFC, Pacheco was finishing everybody. Since entering the promotion, he hit a wall. The level changes expose his gaps, especially defensively. Stylistically, this is dangerous for Pacheco. If the pressure becomes reckless, Luna's wrestling becomes a major factor here. If he keeps the chin high and can chain wrestle, Luna's power can make him pay. I see Luna having more ways to win here. He can strike, he can wrestle, he can submit. And with the crowd behind that and that Mexican energy and that altitude, my official pick is Santiago Luna. Santiago Luna. I'm leaning towards the KO, but the submission is very live here. Now, if you reach this far, give your boy a comment, a like, a follow. Do what you gotta do, man. Comment below.